Hi students, welcome back to the second of these introductory lessons in week one of our course, Contemporary Social Issues. My name is Magnus Frampton. I hope you've got your telephone partner ready. I hope you're watching this simultaneously together. Our second video here, what are the contemporary social issues exactly? What are these things? What do those words mean? We're going to be defining in this course. Maybe it's nice if I jump straight into a question for you. In a minute, definitions coming up, but what on earth is all this defining business about? Do Anglo-Saxons, Brits, Americans, Australians, New Zealanders, do these guys like defining? Are we into defining? Is that something that we like to do? And if we do define, where do we find our definitions? I was actually born in Britain. Where do Brits find their definitions, for example? So 2 questions to natter with your neighbour about. Quick answer to the second question, where the Brits find their definitions. A lovely starting place is the Oxford English Dictionary. You knew that, didn't you? There's an old cliche that everybody has an Oxford Dictionary somewhere in their house, even if it's collecting dust in the garage or somewhere in the back of a bedroom cupboard. Good. So in a minute, I'll be using the OED, the Oxford English Dictionary, which is lovely. It's actually an online resource. Bizarrely, the hosting website changes name every few years. It's currently called Lexico. I haven't answered my first question though. Do Anglo-Saxons like defining? To give you a contrast, it's worth noting that in academic German, if you read German academic writing from famous professors, quite fascinatingly, they don't seem to enjoy defining things. Often German authors actually avoid a definition, and maybe a definition slowly comes together in the course of the article or in the course of the book chapter. It's a very, very peculiar German habit. Moreover, sometimes if a definition does come in a German language text, it comes strangely in a footnote, kind of squeezed in to the bottom of a page. So I was aware once I moved to Germany, there was definitely different trends, different habits in academic work, in scholarly work, and maybe my interest in giving you clear definitions at the start, maybe that's simply an Anglo-Saxon thing to do. Good. So let's be Anglo-Saxon for the next few minutes. The explanation of the course title. Let's chew on the words in our course title, Contemporary Social Issues. Contemporary social issues. So we've got 3 words here. Seen as individual words, what does each one of those words actually mean? What does each one of those words actually mean? Maybe this question is a little bit harder than it first looks. Have a good stare at those words. For each of those words, try to define the word. Beware though, some of those words might have more than one meaning. So with your partner, what do these 3 words mean individually? Have a discussion, have a pause. And pause now. What did you come up with? Again, I was quite lazy looking at my OED website there to get the Oxford Dictionary's ideas here. Contemporary, the first of our words, that means belonging to or occurring in the present, right now. Synonyms, the dictionary offers us a whole bunch of synonyms: modern, present day, present, current. Okay, and again, the meaning today, right now, is latently in there. Good. The second word, social, it's a bit harder to pin down. Relating to society or society's organization. Once again, bunch of synonyms. We've got community, we've got collective, we've got civil, we've got civic, we've got public, we've got societal. There's a whole bunch of words which overlap but are not quite the same. There you are, social, relating to society or its organization. Issues. It's worth noting issue really has 2 quite distinct meanings. Look at this, an important topic or problem. Now it's worth separating those. Strictly speaking, they're not the same. If I talk about an issue, I might just be talking about something that people are discussing, something which is of interest. But I might mean, quite concrete, a problem. Problem is a bit of a hard word in the English language. Sometimes if we have a problem, we don't call it a problem, we call it an issue. It's a little bit gentler. So there you are, an important topic or problem for debate, for discussion. And again, we've got a whole bunch of synonyms, and if you look carefully at the synonyms, they're not quite the same thing. The synonyms also have different nuances of meaning. We've got matter, we've got affair, we've got subject, topic, question even, point, item, concern. Concern is like a worry. Theme, problem, controversy. Look at that. So there's a bit of a diversity in meanings there. So we've pinned down what our individual words mean now: contemporary and social and issue. Now we can move on. Final question for me to ask you: what do you expect from this course, contemporary social issues? Again, natter with your partner. What did you come up with? Well, I'm guessing some of you might be able to foresee what's in this course. What we're going to do is we're going to look at themes and talking points in our societies today, as the individual words suggest. Each week, we're going to look at a different topic. So a different topic every individual week. The course will often feel like a sociology course. I've already waved a sociology textbook in the air, and I'll talk more about sociology in the final of this week's 4 videos. So hold on to the idea. This course is, in big part, a sociology course. If I'm going to focus on contemporary UK or US society, we're going to have comparative elements, comparison of other countries. You know, I might present the case of the UK and say, how is it in Germany? That's a fun thing to do. And also comparison of other periods in history. I always find this really, really exciting to see how different our society was just going back a generation or two. I was born in the 1970s, for example, and 70s Britain is so different from Britain in 2020. So there you are. I'm hoping that will give you a feeling for the coming weeks. Please note, this course will not be, it will not be our task to get an in-depth analysis of each one of our week's topics. We'll be looking at a topic for one particular week, no more than that, and that will mean that our analysis won't go so deep. Many of our topics are subjects which you could study as an entire bachelor's degree. Okay, so please note, we're forced to have a rather generalized discussion of our topic. It's a general introduction. It's not an in-depth investigation. Of course, it's up to you to intensify your learning as you wish. And of course, the background reading for the essay in the portfolio, that's a lovely way of intensifying your interest, intensifying your knowledge on a particular subject. Films and TV clips, the video material in this course collects together material which I've stumbled across over the last 10 years or even longer. I'm always looking for good material and integrating it into my courses. I try to find television footage of the famous and the notable, so key thinkers. I'll try and help you put a face to a name which you might have already come across. Literature and dictionaries. Dictionaries, paper, online, general and specialist, they're encouraged in this course. I really like dictionaries. As I've told you, us Anglo-Saxons, we love definitions. Using smartphones as dictionaries or reference works, that's also great. It's well worth teaching yourself how to do that. Sometimes entering a word into your favorite search machine actually gets more economic hits, you know, hits from big companies rather than informative hits. So do teach yourself how to use internet search engines as well. But by all means, use your phones for information finding. In each session, I'll try to suggest literature and other materials, online videos, for example, that's available in English. Main course reader, I'm doing the hard sell on this book because I find it so lovely, and many of my lessons are inspired so much by the ideas in this. Well worth checking out. It's such an enormous book. It's like a brick, isn't it? And it is a bit pricey, but you won't regret investing in this absolutely great and exciting and fun textbook. Hey, let's come to a close for now. That brings our second video to a close. Hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.